Welcome to episode 1 of Wilcox PC Pro Tech Tips. I'm Micah Wilcox, owner of Wilcox PC Pro Services, and in this episode we're going to talk about maintaining good password hygiene. Now, password hygiene is really important because it helps protect your accounts and data from the bad guys who want to steal your information and destroy your technology. Now, for some of you, your password hygiene stinks about as bad as a middle school kid coming home from football practice who hasn't discovered deodorant yet. For others, it's about as nice and shiny and kept up as a Class 5 clean room. Either way, let this be a good learning opportunity or a helpful reminder about good password practices. Now, what makes a password secure or strong? Well, there are a lot of things to consider, but in this episode we're just going to stick to the most important topics by using the acronym LCD. The first thing to consider is password length. The longer your password is, the longer it would take an attacker to try to crack it. It used to be that about 8 to 10 characters was enough, but nowadays an attacker can go to Amazon and rent as much computing power as they want for a few bucks and try to crack easy passwords in a matter of seconds or minutes. So nowadays, the recommended minimum length for passwords is 12 characters, with 15 characters or more for your more sensitive accounts that might include confidential data. After password length, you'll want to consider your password complexity. In order to make a password more complex, you'll want to include all of the following possible: uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Some websites won't let you use special characters like the $sign or the %sign, but try to include them whenever you can. Another thing to consider to make your passwords more secure is making sure that you do not use any words found in the dictionary. Now, because of the way our brains work, it's a lot easier to remember passwords that include words, such as Go Wildcats or Corvette. Another mistake is to use consecutive keys on the keyboard, such as ASDFG, QWERTY, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of these examples are really weak passwords and can be cracked easily. Now, with all of these tips, take a look at the following example here. This is a really secure password because it includes uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols, and doesn't include any words found in the dictionary. It's completely random. Now, if you have, let's say, 50 to 100 or more passwords and you just have to have something recognizable, try to go with a really long string of words, such as "this is a really secure password," and replace some of the letters with numbers and symbols, like this. But make sure you don't use this example. One thing to consider, though, is that password hacking tools can take this kind of character swap into account, so make sure you really bump up the password length if you take this approach. You can have the strongest password in the entire world, but if you write down your passwords and keep them out for anyone to see, you are, of course, obviously very vulnerable. Writing them down on sticky notes, say on the monitor like this. It's pretty common. Or underneath your keyboard. I've seen that several times. Try to avoid doing that because anyone can walk in with their smartphone, turn on their camera, and take a picture and walk off. That took about 5 seconds, and it's that easy. And you would never know I was here getting your password. Remember to keep your passwords hidden and in a safe place. That's it for this episode of Wilcox PC Pro Tech Tips. If you want more tech tips, subscribe to this YouTube channel, find me on Facebook, or follow me on Twitter and keep an eye out. Thanks for watching.